This week on Project Superhuman, I'm on a mission to enhance all of my cognitive abilities and enter the ultimate state of human performance, flow. In flow, time slows down, focus sharpens, and the mind becomes limitless. I'm training with a world-class flow expert to build my own flow routine to enter that state on demand and put my mental capabilities to their limits. Can I unlock my brain's full potential? Not by taking a pill, but by actually doing a routine? Well, let's find out.
Have you seen the movie Limitless? Well, that's flow, minus the pill. Your senses sharpen, time warps, self-doubt disappears, and it's just you and the task. Athletes call it being in the zone, artists call it the muse, gamers call it God mode. In flow, you are not just doing the thing is doing you. The question is, can we control it, summon it on demand, and use it to become superhuman?
Hello, can you hear me?
It's a mental state where you're completely immersed. You're fully focused. And at that point, you're performing your best. And if you keep practicing, you get to a point where you're at your best without even trying too hard. And it just seems like time is flying. And, that's the whole idea of being in a flow state, because you're not feeling the pressures. Usually when I'm in a flow state, I find some people say, "Oh, are you bored?" And I'm like, I'm not bored, but I can understand why they think I'm bored. And that's probably the best time of my life, or best time of that day or that period. Sitting down. To the other person, I'm doing nothing. But to myself, I'm reading, I'm relaxed, and certainly not overwhelmed. When you're in that flow state, there's effortless action. And of course, there's clarity. I think that's the best part for me, the clarity of goals. You know what you're doing, exactly why you're doing it. And, there are no gray areas. When you're in flow, because everything is in such perfect sync, you don't find yourself doubting your capabilities. You're in motion, you're doing everything the way that it should be done.
Okay, so long story short, what she basically told me is that there are 4 main elements to activate flow state. First one is movement. And why it works is because flow often requires alertness and vitality, and movement increases blood circulation, oxygenates the brain, and primes the body for focus. Second one is rhythmic breathing. Flow is a balance between relaxation and focus, and rhythmic breathing reduces stress and balances the nervous system, and you are just in the zone. Third one is a sensory anchor. It can be touch, sound, or taste. Flow relies on being fully present, and a sensory anchor grounds you in the moment, helping you bypass distraction. Doing this with coffee is considered one of the better practices, because coffee is also a substance that activates more of your cognitive potential. And finally, step 4 are environmental or cognitive cues. This can be visual or auditory stimuli. The best thing to use is music, a song that puts you in the zone. Synchronize yourself with the rhythm of the music so you actually enter what they call the zone. Flow thrives in an environment that signals it's time to focus, it's game time, and certain cues trigger the brain's engagement circuits.
I'm not gonna do the exercises intentionally. I'm just gonna train putting myself into a flow state. And then at the end of the week, I'm gonna test it with me being in the flow state, the exercises.
Okay. Yes.
So before this week, I did one pre-test to test my cognitive abilities on the Human Benchmark website. And I tested my sequence memory, how I did on the chimp test, aim trainer, my typing speed, verbal memory, number memory, visual memory. I'll do these tests once more just to see what a difference makes the flow state itself. So I'm forbidden to actually train these exercises because maybe the training itself will make me improve. I'm doing them once and then I'm gonna do them once again after 1 week.
Okay, thank you so much, Omu. It was such a
Thank
beautiful,
you.
and such a
Same
pleasure
here,
seeing you.
anytime.
I hope I'm gonna see you again on this year's
Definitely.
Superhuman Summit. So it's gonna be such a blast, such a pleasure. And again, thank you so much. Sorry to bother you if I bother
No,
you at
no,
all.
no,
So,
not at all.
yeah.
Not at all.
So, did flow actually make me smarter? Let's look at the numbers. Before training, my scores were, let's call them average, some even embarrassingly low. My reaction speed in Aim Trainer was in the bottom 3% of all players. My visual memory, just the 22nd percentile, meaning almost 80% of people scored better than me. Then I spent a week doing one thing, mastering the flow state. Mastering my routine so I can enter the flow state on demand. No extra practice on the tests, no tricks, nothing. Just training my mind to enter that zone where focus is razor sharp and time feels different. And here's what happened after just 1 week. My chimp test, a measure of working memory, jumped from 59% to 92%, putting me in the top 8% of all players. Sequence memory skyrocketed from 50% to 83%. Number memory leaped from 9 digits to 11 digits, from 36% to 76%. Even my visual memory, my weakest skill, almost doubled from 22% to over 40%. These aren't small changes. This is like upgrading your brain's RAM and installing a faster processor in just 1 week. The data is clear. Flow doesn't just make you feel faster, sharper, and more creative, it literally changes how your brain performs. So here's my takeaway. If you can learn to summon flow on demand, you're not just improving your productivity, you're rewiring your potential. The pill from Limitless, it might not exist, but the state of flow, it's real. And now, I can turn it on whenever I want.